Good day to you. Welcome back to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Kutuk. We move forward each and every day of our lives. Sometimes we feel like we're not moving forward. We feel like maybe we're moving backwards, like we're standing still. Time moves forward and we move with it. Now we have, with our essence, the ability to be able to see things different. With our minds, we have the ability to see things different. Did we do what it takes today, to start today, to realize and be conscious that we're moving forward? I have some friends that like to use the word cognitive. I use the word conscious, relating to somewhat of the opposite being the subconscious. And I know that there's somewhere in between that resonates with both the conscious and the subconscious. And I hope that this podcast can resonate with all three, the conscious, the subconscious, and that space between the two that brings one to the other and vice versa. Today, thinking about what it is we do moving forward each and every day of our lives. Did we do our yoga this morning, our meditation, our energy work? Did we sit with our red light? Did we sit in the dark? Did we sit quiet? Whatever terminology you use with those rituals each day as you start. Prayer, meditation, communing with that spirit, with the energy, with the mystery, the Creator, Mother Earth. Some of this terminology I use all means the same thing to me. I've talked about this in the past, and I'll continue to talk about it. If you're prejudiced against certain words, please let go of it. Do not let your prejudice of certain terminology get in the way of your growth, your spiritual ascension. Our spirit will continue to ascend. Hopefully that our mind and our energy can move with that. Getting through each and every day sometimes is difficult for certain people, or something happening in your life, you may struggle with getting through something particular, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, whether it's distress, whether it's something that happened with a job, something financial. You could create the idea that it's difficult. You could also create the idea that you're grateful today. Maybe for what you have, maybe for what you don't have. Maybe for what's no longer in your life that was once in your life that was really dragging your spirit down. It's easy to look at things from some of my friends' perspectives when it comes to addiction. And that could be anything from not seeing food as just a nutritional vessel, something to make us healthier with our minds, with our bodies in all ways, and some type of addiction to food, to drugs, to alcohol, to sex, to any number of things that we could take to the extreme that are not healthy for us. And then we find a way to balance some of that, and then we can keep moving forward. Are we grateful that we've learned to balance that? Are we grateful for the center that we have? Are we grateful for being able to go in? I say that because when we can go in and we meditate, we can go in and we pray. We can go in and we sit in that darkness. We can go in, and I'm talking physical darkness. The darkness that shined upon our soul at one time we may not need. We walk towards the light. This is a good time of year to look at that with the winter solstice just recently passing. How we're getting out of the dark of the day, and how the majority of the 24 hours is dark, and we're going to get into the light. We can do that with our spirit. We can do that in many different ways. That's the essence of this podcast, in a sense, is that we walk towards the light. We gravitate to what is good for us, the people that are good for us. We have a tendency to be able to, if you were like I was in the past, I had a tendency to be able to go towards the things that weren't healthy for me. Sometimes it was because of instant gratification. It makes me feel good right now. There's a euphoricness to it. And that euphoricness right now isn't always what I need. I can just be okay, and then I get long-term satisfaction out of it by being healthy, by my spirit ascending, by being around people that are like-minded to want to have their spirit rise. Get to know their higher self, if you will. I believe that getting to know my higher self has been a process. And it's been a process that's been very good for me. And it's a process, in a sense, that's very slow. Sometimes I may not even see the progression as I've gotten to know my higher self. And I look back and I realize I'm not where I once was. And I realize that I'm already seeing my higher self. Now, I may not be exactly where I want to be, and I think that there's so much more for me to gravitate towards. So I need to be able to put myself in a position around people that are very positive, that are positive thinking, that are doing things that are healthy for themselves. One person will eat different than another, and both of them think that they're eating very healthy, which may be true for them as individuals, and they're opposite of each other. One is eating a very vegan diet. Another one may be eating something that is considered what today is trying to get into keto. I am not good at the word that they're trying to get into. By eating keto, and they're eating a lot of maybe meat and protein and things like that, and then somebody else is eating, and they both believe they're eating healthy. And for them as individuals, I believe they are. Sometimes what's healthy for one individual is not healthy for another, and vice versa. And on the other hand, they're doing what they need to with their spirit. You have to remember that your spirit is not inside of someone else. They do not actually carry your energy. You can give them some, you gift them some energy, and they can carry it with them for a period of time. It's not the essence of who they are. They cannot do exactly as you do. I've had a friend of mine, he's been a brother for the last 30 plus years, and he's coming to understand that he can't always do exactly what I do to get what I get. He may need to do something different, and then he can get what I get, because he's different than I am. We find a way to be able to get to know our higher selves through our own experience, through what we do. Now, throughout this podcast, many different episodes, we're talking about being able to take a certain action to be able to think different so we can feel different. This is the same essence here, is that you're going to take a certain action. Someone else, myself or another individual, will take a different action so we can get to a way of thinking, and we're all feeling the exact same way at the end of the day. We're feeling content. We're feeling loved. We're feeling like we love others deeply. This is what we need to be able to do, is find our own path within this journey. Realize that each one of us have our own journey. Each one of us is a unique manifestation of Creator. And all of us are so very similar. We are by far more similar than we are different. That is something we need to remember, is that the person that you think is different than you is so much like you. Your journey is just a different path going forward. So many of us want to get to know our higher self. So many of us want to feel good at the end of the day. I don't know many people that say, at the end of the day, I want to feel as horrible as I've ever felt in my life. I don't know that I've met somebody yet that would tell me that. I don't want to feel good. I want to be miserable. Well, I have run into some people that have a tendency to create misery because they're comfortable in it. And I get that. That's not really what I'm talking about either. I'm talking about a true contentment, a true happiness, a true connection, connectiveness. It's like the one-ment, being able to get together with a group of people and you're all doing the same thing, and at the end of it, you feel like you're all one. The one-ment, the connectiveness. This, I think allows people to feel good at the end of the day. When we can get connected, whether we get connected to that great spirit, to that mystery, whether we get connected to other people. We have loved ones. Sometimes we don't always feel real connected to them. What can we do to get more connected? Create that intimacy. I'm not talking necessarily a physical intimacy. I'm talking about being able to feel connected and intimate with someone. You have a child, and I get that our children we will know longer as adults than we will as kids. Most of us. It's not always true for everyone, I understand. But the majority of us, they will be kids for a short time. We will know them longer as adults. We still want that intimacy with them that we had when they were babies, when they were wee ones, when they were coming up, and they're adults, and we still want that intimacy. At least I do. I appreciate that. It would be a different type of intimacy with my wife. It's a different type of intimacy with any of my children. It's a different type of intimacy with one of my siblings. I still want that connectiveness. To me, that's intimacy. And that's good. That's healthy. That allows me to feel good at the end of the day. What is it that can allow me to feel good at the end of the day? And then what happens when I feel like I was connected today, like there was one-ment in my life, even if I was alone all day long and it was just the Creator and I was alone in human form. And at the end of the day, I feel connected. I feel like I'm one. I feel healthy with that. I wake up the next day, and now I have a start on the day. I felt connected when I closed my eyes and I went into that dream state. I wake up and I feel connected. First thing I do is I say, thank you. Thank you for the breath of life today. I feel connected. I start a new day. I'm more connected. One day can lead into the next. Do what you can so when you close your eyes this evening, you feel connected. You feel the one-ment. So when you wake up tomorrow, you start with that connectiveness. You start with that one-ment. You move forward through your day one more time, doing the same thing. Maybe to get more connected, you start to do some yoga. You get connected to self. You get connected to the inside, where the Creator lies in your soul. Maybe it's about some meditation, some good energy, that energy work, that red light, that whatever it is that gets you connected. And you do it again because that is what got you connected yesterday. So you add something more to it and you reach out to someone and you say, thank you. Yes, I would love to help with that. Yes, if you could help me, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Reach out, get connected to people. Feel the one-ment. Realize that the darkness that we lived in, we no longer need. It no longer serves us. We're walking towards the light. We're walking with the light. We have the light inside of us. It is the daylight. It is the sunlight. It is the light that shines eternally inside of you. Share it with someone. Share it with everyone. Share it with the people that you love. Share that light that shines inside of you with people that you didn't think deserved it, because they may need it more than anyone. Every human being deserves to see that light inside of you. That light shines bright. Give it away freely, and show love to everyone you can throughout the day. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world.